We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Kiss my ass.
They're criminals.
It is a hole. You ever been there?
He says what everyone else is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
Somebody just asked, hey, Uncle Ted, are you ready? Oh, I'm ready to rock, Doc. Welcome back to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire. Do you have a spirit campfire in your American dream or wherever you may dwell? Because we have followers of the ultimate piss and vinegar firestorm for life, liberty, and the pursuit of Gonzo happiness right here on Real America's Voice with the old Detroit muscle guitar daddy, Ted Nugent, having the time of my life, willing to share it with you all. You know, I've got a good slug of Joe here. It says, you are a really, really great dad, the best, really terrific, just fantastic. Other dads are losers, total disaster. Everyone agrees you are the best dad ever. Believe me. Thank you, Louisa. My daughter gave me this. You know, no truer words were spoken. Good hot Joe here in the man cave cuckoo's nest, the arsenal of democracy, the epicenter of all things middle finger, A10 warthog on fire. So the world, it's still berserk. But you know, you can get rid of the berserk just by identifying and demanding a true north logic and common sense compass setting. Isn't that fascinating? True north logic, common sense compass setting. And that's what I do. I fight the bastards every day. I've been doing radio interviews here in the man cave cuckoo's nest arsenal of democracy, and I keep them buoyant, rather upbeat, a lot of positive vim and vigor, energy, spirit, attitude, with aplomb. But you know, I fight for freedom. I fight against the bureaucrats because the entire bureaucracy of America, just stupid, illogical, unaccountable, not America. But now we have a commander-in-chief, so be sure you tell your mayor, unless you're in a sanctuary city. But if you're in a sanctuary city, tell them every hour that you believe in Donald Trump making the streets safer in the nation's capital. There are people protesting that are being mugged and carjacked and raped, and their houses are broken into. I guess they like that. I guess there are people that like to get carjacked, like to get beat up, like to get bludgeoned, sucker punch on the street of Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States of America. And finally, a commander-in-chief is going, you know, this is embarrassing. This is just repugnant. This is like low life, low IQ, numbnut hell. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go after the carjackers and the rapists and the arsonists and the burglars and the thieves and the people who just walk into stores and just take all the goods off the shelves and leave without paying. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. There are people, I guess they're people. I don't know any people that would protest reducing violent crime in their neighborhood. I don't know anybody like that because many, many years ago, the old guitar player made a decision. No numbnuts. Can't have any numbnuts in my life. If you're going to demand the whole band takes LSD together, you're fired. Then he gets machine gunned to death by the Colombian drug cartel, and they killed him and his 12-year-old son and the neighbor's boy. We're talking about Rusty Day. Incredible Detroit monster, soulful musical force. One of the greatest voices ever. Listen to what he does in Cactus. Listen to the band Cactus with the greatest guitar player in the world, Jim McCarty. The greatest guitar. I was voted the #1 guitar player ever from Detroit. And I understand that with all humility, because as incredible as Jim McCarty was, as incredible as Wayne Kramer was, as incredible as Steve Hunter and Johnny Wah Watson and Dick Wagner, they're just amazing guitar players. Mark Casa in Detroit, amazing guitar players. but none of them have a Stranglehold intro or a Cat Scratch intro or a Wang Dang intro or a Wango Tango intro or a Working Hard, Playing Hard intro or a Weekend Warriors intro. See, it's not about just shredding, not about guitar solos. It's about impactful, inescapable groove patterns, not unlike Journey to the Center of the Mind. Not unlike Street Fighting Man, not unlike Honky Tonk Women, not unlike Satisfaction, not unlike all your Paperback Writer, not unlike all your favorite songs. Come on, admit it. All your favorite songs start with a killer, sexy, grooving, grinding guitar lick. Come on, admit it. And as great as those guitar players are, I could list all my songs, Paralyzed. They don't have a paralyzed intro. I mean, I gotta do this. I'll have to hit this setting. I don't know if I'm gonna throw my team off. There, I got it on. See, can I show you this? I mean, I just mentioned Paralyzed. I mean, I don't know how this is gonna sound. They haven't got one of those. They haven't got. Do your guitar licks give you goosebumps on your goosebumps? My point is I love all these guys. But anyhow, Cactus, talking about Cactus. Cactus, Carmine Appice, greatest drummer ever. Tim Bogart from Vanilla Fudge with Carmine, greatest bass player ever. Two monster, soulful, Motown, powerful vocals, Tim Bogart and Carmine Appice. Unbelievable. Top 1% that ever lived. And then you add Jim McCarty on guitar. I think the greatest guitar player ever. They're doing a documentary on Mitch Ryder. Primarily, God bless Mitch Ryder. Talked to him recently. He's what an inspiration. I mean, the forehead veins, every song, 12 tambourines, shrapnel. With Johnny Banajic on drums, Earl Elliott on bass guitar, Joe Kubrick on Gibson ES-335 through a Fender amp, and Jim McCarty started with a Gibson Birdland, then he went to a Gretsch Country Gentleman through a Fender Twin that he still has. In fact, I have his Fender. I got Jim McCarty's Fender Twin Reverb over here. That's why I have this thing going on. But anyhow, Rusty Day joined Tim Bogart and Carmine Appice when they were supposed to do Beck, Bogart, and Appice with Jeff Beck, but Jeff Beck got in a car accident, so they got a hold of Jim McCarty, the greatest guitar player ever, and Rusty Day, unbelievable, soulful guy. After I fired him, because he was just so dangerous, wanted to knife everybody and wanted us to all take LSD together and wouldn't get up to go to the gig. Wouldn't go to the gig. If you're in a band, you got to go to the gig. So I had to fire Rusty Day because he was just obnoxious. Again, unbelievable talent. The greatest vocals this side of Steve Marriott and Little Richard, maybe? And then, so Tim Bogart, Carmine Appice, Jim McCarty, and Rusty Day, Cactus, listen to Parchment Farm. Listen to Cactus perform Parchment Farm and tell me there's another band that can do that. There isn't another band that can do that. My band comes closest during Great White Buffalo, another incredible guitar lick. Who doesn't love this stuff? And so Rusty was such a mean, nasty guy, he refused to pay his drug bill with the Colombian drug gang, and so they came to his house with machine guns and killed him and his 12-year-old son and his neighbor kid because Rusty was such a horrible human being. But incredible talent. Whatever. So the answer isn't for the band to take LSD together. Just thought I might mention that because Rusty's not jamming tonight. I am. I'm going to do my 7,000th concert in Lexington, Michigan on August 25th. No, 26th. Anyhow, I just thought I'd share that story. It's very enlightening. Comfortably numb puts you in the liability column. Well, we just like to get relaxed. I get relaxed. Watch me get relaxed. Hey, how you doing? Look how relaxed I am. But if there was a fire in here, I could save people from the building instead of people having to save me from the building, because comfortably numb is actually uncomfortably dumb. So Jim McCarty, he plays all around Detroit. You got to go see this guy. They're doing November 1st in Detroit. I think at what's the name of it? Harpo's. Is it Harpo's? Harpo's. In between carjackings, they're going to have the documentary of Jim McCarty, greatest guitar player ever, Johnny Benagic, greatest drummer ever. Just, listen to their performance of Jenny Take a Ride 64. Listen to that rhythm section. That is my prime, along with James Brown and all things Motown, that is my prime musical inspiration. So welcome back to Ted Nugent Real America Voice Spirit Campfire, where we're having so much fun, and it's free. Don't you get this for free? You had to buy the computer and all that techno crap. But I got such a great team. John and Tony and Shahu and Parker and Linda. I love Linda and Shemaine and Toby and Rocco. I love my team. I love my band. Jason Hartless on drums, Johnny Beeg on guitar. Monsters, the best music of my life. Freedom Hill in Detroit, August 31st, my 7,006th concert ever. Having the time of my life. And the Colombian drug cartel aren't out to shoot. They're not out to shoot me. They just keep it away from me. I love you people. I'll be back in a minute with more fun. Fun's my specialty.
Long-haired country boy alone, and I start singing along to that line in the song.